Super Newcastle, Newcastle United FC.
Matty here from the Magpie channel, joined by Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV and thousands of angry Geordies behind me in the store. Well, happy Geordies, but giving us a little bit of grief. Robbie, Newcastle 2, Arsenal 1. How are you feeling after that?
It was very disappointing performance by us, but we've seen it so many times. You know what I mean, this season we've only won 3 games away from home. And when I saw the team sheet and I saw that, no Ozil, no Koscielny, I mean, I expected it because we've just had that game away to Moscow. But when I saw that, and I know this is always a very tough place to come to, and I know what's on the line for you guys, I feared the worst. I was hoping a draw at least. But then, having said that, we started the game so well. I thought that we started the game first 20 minutes. We were excellent. You know what I mean? We scored a great goal. We were looking dangerous. But it's almost like as soon as we conceded, we just went into our shell. And I don't know what we were trying to do. We were just passing it for passing's sake, sideways. It was
a strange one, wasn't it? Like you see, you took the lead, you had the initiative, you had the crowd against your back, and then, well, we had the crowd against our back, and then you had the chance to go forward and nick another one. It's probably game over.
Joe Willock, he had a easy chance which he fluffed, and then after that, I think the second half is what really disappointed me because all right, it can happen. You can play well, and then you can concede a goal, but the second half, I thought we were so bad. I mean, we barely tested your goal, and that's just not good enough. You know what I mean? When you look at the attacking players that we've got in Lacazette, Aubameyang, we could bring on Welbeck, you know what I mean? You've got a lot of great attacking players there. And there was just I felt the midfield service was poor, and we just did not have a go in the second half. And then the defence as well. Our defence has been shocking all year.
Yeah, I touched that in your interview, how poor Mustafi and Cech are.
Mustafi,
one of the
Cech, we've just the whole set-up defensively is just all over the shop. We have to address that next year. The thing is, Arsenal will always score goals against teams. We'll always score goals. We will hurt teams. If we're on the money, we can hurt teams. But we always concede as well. And that's why, if you do that, you can never win the league. You're never going to win it. Because when you come up against top teams, they're going to score more than you do.
Exactly.
So, bad.
One of the Arsenal fans interview was saying, Wenger got his tactics wrong today, sticking Aubameyang out on the left wing just because he had a bit of pace. Would you have seen him preferring the top 2 role, or where do you think he went wrong today? Obviously, it was a weakened team because of the Europa League being the priority for you.
I mean, listen, Aubameyang, I want to see the two of them playing together. I do think it can work with Aubameyang playing on the left-hand side. I still think he can score a lot of goals from there because we've seen Mo Salah this year, how many goals he scored, playing out wide. As long as they interchange, they didn't really do that today. It was more Lacazette just staying in the middle, But having said that, Lacazette scored, so it's still a game in which we created, and it was Aubameyang who created it. So I don't have a problem with that. What I did have a problem with Wenger today, I understand him resting players, but you've got to have more insurance on the bench. If it goes wrong, all we had was Welbeck. You've got to have a bit more on the bench. I understand that, I figured that, we wouldn't see Ramsey. We had a terrible cut on his leg the other day. I knew we wouldn't see Wilshere. He had his ankle problems. But I felt that Ozil should at least have been on the bench today. He's that sort of guy that can unlock defences like Newcastle. And,
we seen that the Emirates in December, did it?
Yeah, and we just had nothing in reserve, you know what I mean? And a couple of the youngsters who came in, Willock, I said before the game, I like the guy. Listen, I'm the big advocate of guys coming through the academy and getting their chance. My son's at an academy, so I see how hard these guys work. But I've always felt with Willock, he's just not ready yet. He will be. You can see he's got talent, and he will be, but he's not ready yet. And so I was fearful when I saw it. And I felt a lot of times he kind of got bullied off the ball by Shelby, by Diarmi. These guys are big, strong, experienced players, you know what I mean? So, listen, at the end of the day, I suppose the game, for us, we're kind of 6th place. We're not really going to drop much below that. It's all on the Europa League, we know that. But then you want to keep the momentum going. You want to at least come out here with a draw. That'd be all right, but,
What do you mean? What's your viewpoint on Newcastle? You're saying you're in 6th, we're now in 10th. It looks like we're safe.
You're catching us up.
Rafter, you. What's your view on Newcastle as a club, under the state of Ashley and Rafa in charge? We're lucky to have him as a manager. As an outsider looking in, what do you make of it all?
Well, you've got a great manager for starters, because, remember before Christmas, it was looking bleak for you guys. You know what I mean? And he's kind of, you know, steadied it brilliantly. You've won big games. You know, beat Leicester away. That was impressive the other day. You've won the big games, and he's had a limited amount of money to spend. So, you know, I think if you can keep hold of Rafa Benitez, you've got a chance of progressing. You know, you've got some good players in that team. I think Lascelles at the back, I'm really impressed with him. Been impressed with your goalkeeper since he's come in. I saw the first few games when he came in. Is he on loan, is he?
Yeah, he's on loan, but apparently there's a clause to make him a $4 million permanent signing, so he's got to snap that bargain up.
Yeah, I think do that because he's a quality player. I like Richie. Always have rated him. Always thinks he's a good player. Listen, you need a better squad. If you're gonna, it depends on what the ambition is of Newcastle. Is it just to stay in the division? Then you could probably make another sign-in and stay in the division next year. If it's to try and win things, or if it's to try and get into the top four, which I think for a club of this size, that should be the minimum, you're going to have to spend. I mean, you're looking around right now in the Premier League, and every single club is going big. They're spending big, you know what I mean? Look at the money that Everton invested in the summer. People forget about that. They invested big, but they've done nothing.
Exactly.
But I think the difference is you guys have got a good manager. So if you do invest big, I think that he could possibly push you guys to near that top four, or at least get you in the Europa League places.
Would you rather have Rafa than Wenger?
Do you know what? To me, I do feel that Arsene Wenger's time's coming to an end. I think we know that. But I don't think I think Rafa's great for Newcastle. I don't think that's what Arsenal need. I think Arsenal need a more attacking coach. And Rafa's, even when he's at Liverpool, he can be a bit negative as well sometimes. And Rafa's probably had his peak. I want Arsenal to go out there and get that the next big thing, or that emerging manager that's going to come in with fresh ideas and take us to the next level. Rafa's perfect for you guys because you need a guy with experience, a guy who's going to steady it up, then start to move things forward. I think with us, we've got a lot of top players in that team. There's some players that need to be got rid of. There's organisation that needs to be done. Get a dynamic manager in there, a guy who knows things, he's up with a new tactical way of doing things, and he can push Arsenal forward. Because if you look at our team, that front line we've got should be able to scare any team in the Premier League. But at the moment, you know, it's not, because everybody knows that the team's on a bit of a downer at the moment. So Rafa, I don't think, will be what we need right now, but he is a good manager. I'm not dissing him as a manager, and I think he's perfect for Newcastle. I think if the owners are wise, the biggest signing is making sure that he stays and then add a couple, and then you could have a good season next year.
All right, thanks very much, mate.
Yeah,
Cheers.
brilliant.
Thanks,
Cheers,
man.
man.
Cheers, man.